Hey, you free tonight? Hello, I'm a stupid little boy and I'm about to review this Goosebumps book, as per usual. Okay, now let's just get fucking serious here. My name is Alejandro, but you can just call me Alejandro. Today we're gonna be reviewing Monster 2. Yeah, that was a weird opening day. I don't really know what I was doing there. But, yeah, this is just what we're doing today, nothing really serious. There's nothing else to this video. If you didn't see my last review for Monster Blood, go ahead and go watch it if you're curious. But yeah, if you weren't aware, this whole week we're gonna be doing Monster Blood book reviews. So yeah, we're gonna review every Monster Blood book that I can get my hands on. That isn't the Presents book, which I do not have. And I have every Monster Blood book, so. So, from the first four Monster Blood for Breakfast, and more Monster Blood. Monster Blood's back, sorry. Just not the Presents book because I do not have it. That would be out the whole week, but no. Saturday's gonna be an off day for me unless I decide to do something, which I might. There's something I'm planning to do. Maybe a short real quick on that day, probably. But we'll see. But yeah, we're doing Monster Blood week, and this is the second day, so Monster Blood 2. Tomorrow we'll be reviewing Monster Blood 3, unbelievably. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it with the blurb. And now, for the blurb. Evan Ross can't stop thinking about Monster Blood and what happened last summer. It was so horrible. Oh, so terrifying. Oh, too bad. Oh, wait, oh no, never mind. Too bad Evan's science teacher doesn't believe him. Fuck you. Now he's stuck cleaning out the hamster's cage as a punishment for making up stories. Then Evan's friend Andy comes to town, and things go from bad to worse. Oh no. Oh no. Because Andy's got a present for Evan. It's green and slimy and it's starting to grow. Did you not learn shit? Okay, so, yeah, if you weren't aware, this book is pretty damn good. One of my, the best in the Monster Blood series, but I must say it's weird because I saw some controversy on Reddit. I saw some people who actually hate this book. I'm like, oh, I didn't know people actually dislike this. I mean, I knew there was someone out there, but I didn't know there was a lot of people. There's a lot of people actually dislike this book, and I strongly disagree. I'm pretty sure most of you at least enjoyed this book and are watching this right now. But, either way, I respect your opinions. Do not like this book, or you just think it's ugly. Personally, I think this is one of the best ones out of the original 62 and the Monster Blood series, of course. But, yeah. Now let's get into the upsides of this book. Her gay! And now, what are the upsides? So, what are the upsides of this book? Once again, Monster Blood. I love Monster Blood, great villain. We're not going to go into detail. And we're not going to count that, because it's just the natural thing of the books. I like Monster Blood. Now, for actual upsides. The book itself is awesome, and the reason for it is Evan Ross. He single-handedly saves all the sequels, except for Monster Blood 4, Monster Blood 2, single-handedly saved by Evan Ross every time. Evan Ross is overall one of my favorite Goosebumps heroes. To S tier, honestly, fuck. S tier. But, besides Evan Ross, what else? Cuddles. We get the introduction of one of my favorite mascots in Goosebumps history, Cuddles the hamster. Here's Cuddles. This guy is one of those popular Goosebumps mascots of all time, and he came from this book. Now, how could you not like this book if this motherfucker came from this? Yeah, overall, I really did enjoy Cuddles' appearance in this book. And besides from that, what else? I love the school setting, how we're actually getting more books that take place in a school. It's very interesting, because we don't see that too much in Goosebumps. We usually see it take place at home, or over the summer, or at some place specifically, a haunted house sometimes, a friend's house, you never know. But school is like one of the least common settings. We get that a few times, like Creature Teacher, Scream School. I could go on all day. But there's not very many. I could go on all day, about like 3 or 4. Zombie School, I Quit Zombie School. Or at least have that as a setting, at least. that are prominent. But this one has a prominent school setting, and I really like that because school can be a good setting for horror. It is one of the most iconic, especially for like, Fear Street. Fear Street, the first movie had a lot of school in it. Yeah, I know, I'm rambling on about fucking Fear Street, the movies now. But seriously, when it comes to Stein, school can be done right, okay? Anyways, on upside, once again, it's the creepiness. Cuddles is a badass motherfucker, and not to mention there's a decent amount of violence in this book. Oh my god. Oh my god. The violence in this book is pretty nice. There's a really good amount. I love that. But, besides the violence, the book is overall creepy enough. Didn't even need it, but we got a little bit of violence in there. Quite a bit, actually. I really like that. Yeah, I genuinely did not hate this book. Over that, since it really just did not miss the landing. It didn't miss the landing, honestly, on the creepiness. Like some of the sequels did, though. Monster Blood is back. More Monster Blood. Sorry, Monster Blood for breakfast. Barack Obama in the video. But, yeah, overall, very good book. And those reasons, just not to mention Andy and all the other side characters that show up. And the teacher, funny. But, yeah, let's get into the downside. I know, or the downside. Andy was less enjoyable in this fucking book. Didn't like her as much. She's still a good highlight, but I felt like she could have been done better. That is one of my only downsides. Now for the other downside. I wish Monster Blood, did a lot more in this book. I can't really recall that much that it did. I haven't read this book in a hot minute, like I said. I still remember everything, for the most part. But I feel like this book could have done some stuff that was a lot better. For Monster Blood wise. But, yeah, overall, there was nothing too bad about it. All those downsides are just minor nitpicks. Just get rid of Monster Blood, I just kind of feel like you could have done more. Just still a nitpick. Okay, I'll shut up now. Yeah, no really big downsides to this book, honestly. I'm surprised how quick this segment went. If I were to say it, one actual downside is probably gonna be Evan Ross, because I felt like he was more enjoyable in the other sequels, but, he's still a very good protagonist. You can probably completely disagree with me. And it's not even a real downside to the book. It's just less enjoyment in some parts of the book, like we had in the first and third, fourth. Anyways. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ, it looks stupid. But yeah, overall, I love this book. Pretty decent. Now let's get to the rating. Yeah, very quick downside segment, I know. Hooray! 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. 0.5 more than Monster Blood because it was pretty damn good. It did a lot of things better. There was more violence, but probably brought it up to that 9.5 rating. Also, Monster Blood was a lot more utilized in this book. In some areas. Not that it didn't appear as much. And, I mean, it didn't, really. But I felt like the Monster Blood was a lot more creepy in this book. And I really enjoyed it, especially since this bad boy came out of this book. You know, one of the most famous Goosebumps mascots from the 90s. But, yeah, overall, 9.5 out of 10 for this and for the book itself. Pretty damn good. Almost S tier. Almost. Probably, yes, actually S tier. And that is going to do it for Monster Blood 2. I had a lot of fun making this review, as of course, I always have a lot of fun making these videos, because I can just spat out shit. You know, half of it get cut out. Like, my last video, I had to cut out 5 minutes of content. Because I'm just like, no, this is stupid. But, yeah. If you don't go watch the ending of my last video, there's nothing to see in the darkness that is at the end of my last video. And neither in this video. And, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. When am I gonna end this? End me!